Greetings and welcome to another day out in the landscape. Today I'm actually on the walk up to Grange Crags in the Borrowdale Valley in the Lake District National Park. Autumn is not quite here, not quite, it's coming. So I'm not being assaulted with autumn colour. I'm just repositioning the camera ever so slightly. There we go. So I'm not being assaulted with autumn colour, but I'm getting little splashes of autumn colour all over the place. Some of it more vibrant than others. And on this walk, I spotted this little tiny group of trees that's trying very, very hard to look autumnal, and you saw them in the B-roll. If I go for a traditional landscape orientation, I had too much left and right. The trees, my main subjects didn't have enough presence in the frame. They kind of got lost in the frame. Whereas closing in a little bit and going for quite a tight portrait frame size meant that those trees actually came forward and were a little bit more prominent. And I think in software, I'm going to have to, I think the phrase is paint the light. So today it's relatively flat and grey. There's nothing I can do about it. It's the day that I've got. But I think in software, I'm probably going to need to have a play with a bit of colour temperature and maybe some darkening and lightening to make the background appear darker and the trees appear lighter. I'm going to have to do it quite carefully. So here on the back of my Olympus, hopefully you can see the framing dilemma that I was having. So these two trees here, maybe this one here, that's my subject. At the bottom of the frame, I've got a clump of green that I'd actually like to try and obscure, but I do want to retain this stone. So having a little bit of the brown grasses, I got a little bit of the green, but I think I could probably clone that out. If I come over to the left, I then have this tree in the frame, and then if I come over to the right, I start to get a whole load more green. So a traditional 3x2 frame, it's too messy, and I think the main subject just gets lost. So I thought, well, do you know what? Let's try a square, because a square normally solves most of the compositional dilemmas. And I think I'm zoomed in as much as I can be. So there's my square. I don't know. Square kind of works. So I have my three main actors. I've still got a little bit of green in this corner. I don't know. The square contains the scene nicely, but because the trees are, they're such, what are they? They're vertical objects, aren't they? I don't know. The square kind of cramps them a little bit. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel comfortable. So if I go for a 3x4, let me just recompose the scene ever so slightly. So keep a little bit of the grass in the bottom, come out a little bit, come out just a little bit more. What I'm trying to get is I want to try and get all of that rock in with a little bit of space. I've still got a little bit of green protruding down here, but not enough to be a problem. I can't work out whether I'm actually getting all of the rock in. Where is all of the rock? There it is. Right, okay. It's fiddly, isn't it? It's fiddly just trying to get everything in and make it balanced and comfortable. Now, there. That just feels right to me. The orientation suits the subject. It has a base. I've got a little bit of green down here, but you know, I think I can clone that out. I've got 3 vertical subjects, and then I've just got a hint of more vertical going on here, and the trees have both got some room up above to stretch out into. I don't know, it's personal taste at the end of the day, but I actually think that orientation just works a lot better than a square and a 3x2. So, out of interest, let's take the camera off. Let's put it that way up. I'm going to need to reposition my video camera like so. Let's choose, let's go for 3x2 again. Done up nice and tight. Yeah, I can't zoom in quite enough. Oh, I don't know, maybe. Come out a little bit more so I can get all of that rock in. A little bit of a base. Now you see there's maybe too much space above the trees. I think these trees are getting lost in everything else that's going on. So that's 3x2, let's go 4x3. Maybe a tad tighter. I notice that there's a dead tree here on the right that I'm just going to zoom in a little bit and remove. See, even that, I wonder whether it could do with a slither off the top. And I've still got this green problem down here. So let's just choose a focus point. Dunk. There we go. So what are we? F8 minus a third. What's the histogram look like? Whoops. Histogram looks okay. I'm nice and level. Yeah, I can't make up my mind whether there's actually too much space up above those trees. Also, there's the top of a birch. You might not be able to see it. There's a top of a birch tree here that's just sticking out the corner. It's clonable, but I wonder whether, you know, a frame of around about that, maybe a sort of a, I don't know, 5x4, that kind of size, just gives the, certainly these 2 trees, just gives them enough room up above, but not so much that you feel as if you're getting lost and being taken out the top of the frame. But do you know what? I'm going to take that anyway. And then I'm going to, yeah, you see I was playing with composition there. So I think I'm going to put these 2 interpretations up on the screen after this piece, and then you guys can tell me what you think. So yeah, tell me what you think in the comments below with regard to that composition and the amount of space around the subject. Which one works for you, which one doesn't? And if it doesn't work, why doesn't it work? And if it does, then why? But yeah, I'm going to leave this video here. It's a simple concept, but it's one that matters. Having enough space around your subject and being picky about how much space you leave so that the idea that you're trying to put across is clear is really, really crucial. I've often heard, or not often heard, but I've sometimes heard that, you know, one of the big criticisms of wide-angle lenses is the fact that they, you know, they sometimes have when you have a wide open scene and you photograph it, there's so much going on that it's actually confusing as to what is it that the picture is about. And this is kind of a principle, the same principle, but obviously in a smaller scene. Leaving enough space in order to contain your subject without it being cramped is tricky. It's hard, and it's down to personal taste as well. I've just noticed that's a bit better. It is down to personal taste at the end of the day. Some people like their subjects nice and tight. Some people like their subjects to have lots of space and air around them. I think there's a compromise between the two. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, stay well. If you're not a subscriber, please do consider subscribing. Hit the subscribe button below. And then if you hit the bell icon alongside, and then you get 3 options, hit all, then you'll get notifications as to when I upload new content, which is every 2 weeks. If you've liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Helps the channel, helps publicize the content and make it more widely available to a larger audience, which is always good. So thanks once again. Stay well, take care, keep exploring with your camera, and until the next one, bye for now. Now I've got the really steep bit of the climb to do. I was kind of putting it off. Anyway, view from the top should be worth it.